Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing great. Guess what? In today's class, we're going to talk about listening because many of you have got problems with this part, and the most important reason for which you're struggling with this part is just because of lack of preparation, because you're not that much into listening in general. And when it comes to taking part in IELTS examination, and as far as you're supposed to listen to the audio file just once, you will face a lot of problems. So, as I said, test takers often make more mistakes in the IELTS listening test because recordings are only played once. The thought of not being able to re listen to a recording might seem nerve wracking, but if you put these tips that I'm gonna share with you into action, you'll be in a much better place to ace your test. So, if you agree and if you're so energetic about what I'm going to share with you, I will start. Let's get started. So, as you might know, there are 40 kinds of questions, and we have something around 30 minutes in order to listen to all different sections. And at the end of your test, 10 minutes will be given in order to transfer your answer to your answer sheet. Of course, this time will be reduced to 2 minutes if you are doing the computer delivered one. And we have four sections, each of which has got 10 questions. So we have some sets of questions and the instructions for each of them, which is given before the start of each section. Also, you will get enough time to prepare yourself for attempting each set of questions. So these instructions and these, time periods given are very important, and you should get a lot out of them. So let's see. In the first part, you will have a conversation on general topics between two people. For example, a person calls and wants to get some information about a job, let's say vacancy, and you have to fill in the blanks. Different kinds of sentences need to be completed, like telephone number, like a name, and so on and so forth. The second part of the test actually is a monologue. There will be one speaker, and he or she will be presenting his or her thoughts on a particular topic. It might seem more academic. For example, they might talk about a museum, or maybe they are talking about their research on something. The third part of the test actually is a bit complex as there are four or five speakers who will be talking about one particular topic. For example, a group of students talking about exam preparation or exam results. So you have to be so attentive in order to understand what each of these speakers is exactly mentioning in order to understand the parts which are important and you need to focus on. The next part of the test, it means the last part, you need to just be so attentive to this part because it usually wants you to complete the sentences as there is a monologue, but this can be much more lengthier than the previous one. And, it's mostly about an academic topic, and you can see that there are something like 10 questions and mostly you have fill in the blanks so that you've got that kind of possibility to complete the sentences. And there are many people who have problems with this part, but I know a lot of students who are very good at this part as well. So it depends on your strengths. You might be really good at this, or you might, I'm sorry, suck at it. Okay, let's talk about some mistakes which are really costly, and I want you to just know about so that you can avoid them. Number one, losing concentration. Losing concentration is a common mistake that candidates often commit while listening to the audio. It might be possible that while looking for an answer to a particular question, you are in a dilemma. That means you are unable to find its answer. This could lead you to lose your focus from the audio completely. That will cost you much more than the marks for that very specific question. So, the solution is if you feel yourself in such a state, stay calm and head toward the next question. Mock tests are the best solutions for knowing your mistakes in the listening exam and improving them. Number two, understanding the distractors. It is very important, especially in listening, because you need to be so careful of what you should understand as a distractor, or maybe this is the real answer. You might encounter distractors in listening exam audio. These distractors are given to check the attentiveness of the candidate towards the audio. So it is advisable for a candidate that listens to audio very carefully. An audio person is saying one sentence, and the next moment, the speaker says another sentence by correcting the previously said sentence. You must be so attentive to understand that it is a distractor and answer accordingly, otherwise, you end up giving the wrong answer. For example, in the beginning, the speaker says 4226 and then says, oh, I'm sorry, 4826. So you should be really looking forward to hearing the information if it is being corrected. The next actually common mistake is about predicting the answer. Actually, a little bit of prediction is also recommended while attempting the listening module. Predict some information before the audio begins, like type of audio you're going to listen, information that the question demands you to find. At the same time, it is important to understand the context of audio and knowing the clues. For prediction, you can underline keywords, synonyms, and key phrases coming in audio that will help you in making the right predictions. But do not judge everything based on your own prediction because that is false and that will result in your failure. Number four, ignoring the instruction. That is really important because in reading instructions, if you are not good, actually you will lose a lot of things. Suppose the instruction is to give the answer to the question in 2 words, then you're strictly required to give that one word. So otherwise, actually, that score will be deducted from the one that you have the potential to be given. Make sure to work accordingly as the instruction requires. Number five, spelling mistakes. To write the correct answer, you might make spelling mistakes in commonly used words like name of cities, countries, or addresses. So make sure to firstly listen to the audio properly and then respond accordingly. Spelling mistakes also lead to loss of marks in the listening section. In other words, spelling really matters. And nothing is worse than losing scores just because of your spelling mistakes, because you have already understood and comprehended the word and you've done a great job, a big deal. But just because of that very maybe dumb spelling mistake, you're not going to be rewarded that score. And that really hurts. Number six, grammatical errors. So candidates often commit grammatical errors while giving answers. For instance, they might forget to write the plural form of the word, something like s, which leads to loss of marks, or they might get confused with the use of countable and uncountable nouns. So be careful while writing your answer. So dear friends, I'm gonna just finish this video and I would really like to have you as the subscriber. So please hit that button and I will continue producing these kind of videos so that you will get a lot out of them. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.